So first we're going to do is construct a perpendicular bisector. We have constructed a midpoint. We have done almost this exact same thing. This time, though, it's going to be a perpendicular and bisector at the same time. So we didn't do the perpendicular part before. So to do this, so easy. You're going to put your pointer on one of the points. So I'm going to put it on A. And you can start at B. You're going to have to do both of them. You're going to open it more than halfway to the other point. And then we're going to draw an arc. You can see my arc. I'm writing on the words that are there, not a big deal. Then I'm not going to move my compass. I'm not going to move the width of it. I'm going to just move it to the point B or the other point and draw the exact same arc. Do you guys have straight edges out there?
Yeah.
Okay. So then with your straight edge, which mine is MIA. With your straight edge, you're going to draw a straight line that will connect both places that these arcs cross. So we've done this before, we didn't actually stop here. Once you draw that straight line, it will be perpendicular. And it cuts the line into two equal pieces. So it is a perpendicular bisector. What degrees is perpendicular here? What degrees?
90.
So if you ever need to make a 90-degree angle, that could be one way of making a 90-degree angle. So you try with FG. You try with FG. What? Yeah. I just couldn't hear what you said. Yeah, it might overlap that. It's okay. So the arcs aren't like the most important part. The arcs are just getting into that straight line. I'm not going to The wider you open your compass, the bigger those big old arcs are going to be. So you just have to open it more than halfway. If you don't open it far enough, then the arcs won't cross. You just have to open it far enough so that they cross. So that is perpendicular bisector. You know, one way that I can just check and make sure I'm doing it right, if you have a 90-degree angle somewhere nearby, like the side of a piece of paper, you see how good that 90-degree angle is? There's one way of checking it. I'm just using my Post-it. So that's construct perpendicular bisector. Next page. We're going to construct a perpendicular line through a point that is not on the line. So here we're giving a line and a point. So I have to have a perpendicular line that passes through P. It has to go through AB and make 90 degrees. This is different than a bisector. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to put your pointer on P, and you're going to open your compass so that it is a little bit past line AB. Okay? And you're going to draw an arc that crosses through AB twice. That's what that picture is telling us to do. So I opened my compass a little bit further than that line. I drew an arc that passes through that line twice. So I'm looking at this point and this point now. Oh, will this show up? Doesn't really show up that well. Can you guys see the yellow?
Yeah.
Some of you can. Okay, now you need to put your pointer on where that arc meets your original line, and you have to open up your compass so it's more than halfway to the other place where it meets it. And we're going to draw an arc down here. Drew an arc down here. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just so it's on the other yellow dot I made, and I'm going to draw the same arc down there. So we have like a little X at the bottom. Where this X crosses, in the picture up here they called it Q. Where that X crosses, you're going to use a straight edge and connect it through P. And if you were really accurate, it should make 90 degrees. I think mine's 89, but I think I could have done a little bit better. But it should be pretty dang close to 90 degrees here. So I'll do it a second time. I'm going to use CD. I'm going to go straight down and use CD. I'm going to do it a second time. Same thing. I'm going to start with my pointer on O, and I'm going to open up my compass so it passes that line CD. That way when I draw an arc, it will cross through CD twice. I'll make these points pink so I couldn't really see them before. Sometimes when the line CD is really thick, I think I'm going to be less accurate, where if it was a thinner line, it would be easier for me to tell where these cross next. So I'm going to put my pointer where approximately as close as I can to where they cross, and I'm going to put a little arc below. Then I keep my compass the same distance, and I put that pointer where they cross, and I put a little arc above, or below, I mean, where they will cross together. I will connect point O with where these two cross. And hopefully that made 90 degrees. And then there's one more that I want you to practice with. Without my instruction, try the third one on your own. Without my instruction, try the third one on your own. The directions are there for you if you forget what we did. When you're ready to go on, the question was, what happened? You did the same thing. What happened? Oh, you just like made it worse.
That's going to be an 89, and I swear on my God.
Oh, we it doesn't cross, you just have to make them over.
All right, flip the page. We got one more to learn.
Yay, learning.
This is constructing a line that is parallel. Well, it's what we've been talking about. We're going to construct a line that is parallel, and we're going to do it through a given point that's not on the line. So choose a point Q somewhere on AB. It doesn't matter where it is. I'm going to try to make it look like the picture above, so I'm going to put it over here. It doesn't matter where it is. Just choose a point Q somewhere on that point P, or on the line AB. And if you're not doing this with me, you're going to get behind. Okay, and then I'm going to use my straight edge, and I'm going to connect P with Q. And by doing that, what we've done is we made angle BQP. That's an angle right here. Yeah? So it does not matter where you put your Q, you're going to form an angle. It just might look the exact same angle as me, but that's okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do kind of like we're copying an angle. Because once we can, what's going to end up happening up here in the directions is we're going to end up copying the angle to here. And if we have these kind of angles, what kind of angles will they be if we copy the angle here? What kind of angles will those be? There's going to be a line parallel here. There'll be an angle here. There'll be an angle here. What kind of angles are those? Those are corresponding. They are corresponding. Once I have corresponding angles congruent, then I can say the lines are parallel by the converse that we were working on the past 2 days. So that's what our goal is. So to copy this, we're going to do kind of like what we did before where we copy an angle. You're going to put your pointer right on Q, and you're going to draw an arc that passes through both sides of the angle. It's going to pass through both sides of the angle. Then we have to go up here and do the same thing at P, except for you don't have both sides. But you're going to pretend and you're going to do your arc like it would be passing through both sides. So we're going to copy this angle up here. So after you draw the arc to copy the angle, then you have to see how big the angle is. So you put your pointer on one side of that arc where it passes through the side, and then the other side where it's passing through with the arc. So I'm going to measure how far apart these are. Now here's the tiny little difference part. Like normally we'd put it down here, but I don't know where that line is, so I'm going to have to flip this around. Put my pointer up here where it actually crosses through the arc, and I'm going to make a little arc down here. Now where these cross, where I use my straight edge to draw the parallel line. So that is the corresponding angles converse that we just used to draw parallel lines. So I will do it again. I will do it again, and then you will try it on your own. You want me to do the one that's tilted or the one that's straight? Okay, so if it's tilted, I just turn my paper so it looks straight now. So you're going to pick any point on FG. So here, that looks like a good point. What should we name it? Anybody? Anybody?
L.
L is what I heard first. Sorry. R next time. And I'm going to connect Q and L so that I have an angle. So now we're going to copy the angle QLG. I'm going to copy that angle. So to copy that angle, I put my pointer on L. And I draw an arc. To copy an angle, you gotta do it again on point Q. Copy the arc. Oops. I don't have space over here. After you copy, you have to see how wide the arc is, so I have to measure how far apart they are. You got to make sure that you go exactly from where the arc crosses each side, both sides, exactly where the arc crosses both sides. Otherwise, it's going to be off a little bit. So once I know how far apart it is, I'm going to do it up here at this one, except I'm going to flip my compass around because I can only go where the arc and the line cross, which is on top. So I'll make the other arc down here. So once you have drawn that, you can straight edge from Q to that place where they cross. And the lines should look parallel. So you have one to try on your own. So try it on your own, try it on your own, try it on your own, do it on your own. When you're done with doing it on your own, you have that worksheet to keep working on. That is due next class. There, Raylan, I made it my third one an R. It's okay.